Hey y'all, welcome back to Summertime Tarot. If you're new to the channel, my name is Summer, and today I have something special for y'all. Since Valentine's Day is coming up, based on when I'm recording this, today is the 12th. So, a few more days, Valentine's Day is going to be here. So this pick a card is specifically for what message does Saint Valentine have for you, okay? Let's go ahead and get into it. We have 3 piles here, so this is pile 1. Pile 2 and pile 3. So take a moment to sit with the piles, take a deep breath, take your time, and see what deck or what pile calls to you the most, and that's where your message will be. I'm gonna go ahead and start with pile 1, so let's get into it. If you picked pile 1, let's go ahead and see what the message here is from Saint Valentine for you. Okay, so let's get the cards out. This one says, assistance with access. It is necessary to ask for and accept help in order to receive it. And radical curiosity, seeing as if for the first time, every time. Yeah, so I feel like if you pick this pile, you may have a hard time opening up to people. You may very much guard your heart, guard yourself, out of fear of possibly being hurt or just maybe even being mistreated or misused. And I feel like you're being asked to, let go of those past issues, those past experiences that may be holding you back from experiencing anything new. Right? I feel like here, you see, she has a key. It seems like you have your heart on lock and key. It could be due to experiences from childhood or just when you from the past that taught you that you had to be very protective of yourself, protective of your heart. And so Saint Valentine is here kind of ushering you into a new space where you can be more free, more open, and less fearful of the bad things that could happen. But let's see what else we have here. Yeah, especially with this assistance with access, right? You may, as it says, you may have a hard time accepting help from others. Almost like, you don't want handouts or you don't want anybody looking down on you. And it's I feel like with this nurture here, right? You want abundance, you want love, you want all the good things, but you may be stuck in this space of feeling helpless and hopeless. And it's time to kind of clear that out, right? Because, the universe, the divine is very much abundant and wants to share that abundance with you, but the universe can't if you're closed off to that abundance, right? And so it's kind of time for you to shift your energy, to shift your mindset, and to see all of the wonderful things that are trying to make their way to you. But it kind of starts with first being open, not being afraid to embrace a new reality, embrace a new way of being, embrace a new way of seeing the world and experiencing the world. Okay, then we have here love. Yes, I feel like there may even be here a need for self-love, a need to really connect with yourself in a different way and to experience yourself and the world in a different way. But it kind of starts with first that connection you have with yourself, loving on yourself, nurturing yourself, and clearing out anything that kind of tells you a sad story or a bad story about who you are or whatever it is that you experience or have experienced, right? It's kind of time to create a new story, to embrace a new way of living, a new way of being within yourself. So really love on yourself here. Forgive yourself, let go of anything that kind of tells you a bad story, right? It makes me think of decluttering or minimalism, where you kind of sit with things and you see what, how it makes you feel. And that could be, material things, but also experiences, right? Seeing how this experience or this item makes you feel, and kind of letting go of anything that tells you a sad story or a bad story or makes you feel bad in any way, so that you can be more open to the new, more open to things that are going to be good for you. Yeah, so I feel like there may be like a lot of regrets here, or just a lot of things from the past that may be taking over how you feel about how you feel about yourself, how you feel about the world, right? And I feel like it's like time to kind of let go of all of those bad things and not be afraid to kind of move in a new way, to experience new things, right? Because it's like not wanting to have regrets, not wanting to live a life and then kind of get to a point where it's like, oh, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have had this. But it kind of starts with you first being open and moving in a new way, expecting, excitement and enjoyment. So then we have here, achieving clarity in my relationship. It says, today I will remember that even the best relationships have low points. If the low point is the norm in my current relationship, I may have to consider if I want it to continue. If the low point is temporary, I will practice understanding. I know that I will achieve clarity and make the right decision. And then we have break negative habits. Today's lesson, be cognitive of one's negative practice. Be cognizant of one negative practice you engage in that causes you to lose power, and work on changing that situation. This could be thinking negative thoughts, overeating, or being constantly late. Your goal, to recognize that modifying or releasing unproductive habits can be challenging and even unpleasant, but it's essential that you do so. Yeah. So I feel like here, some of you may kind of engage in relationships with folks. It's almost kind of giving me cyclical, right? If you see, he's kind of running on this hamster wheel. So you may engage in relationships with people, places, and things that kind of repeat a negative story for you, or repeat kind of like in a loop of negativity. They bring out, or they confirm negative thoughts or beliefs that you have within yourself about yourself, but also about your reality. And it's like Saint Valentine here is asking you to break that cycle and to open up to new experiences, new ways of experiencing the world, new ways of experiencing love, and letting go of any of those negative things that tell you a bad story. Okay, and then we have here envious and vulnerable. Yeah, so I feel like some of you here may be like really wanting love, really wanting affection and attention, and to be close with folks and to experience good things. But there's this fear of being vulnerable, this fear of opening up to it. And it's like, you can have the love and the happiness that it is that you desire, but first you have to face that fear. First, you have to face that fear of being vulnerable, of opening up, and to be honest about that kind of fear of maybe being hurt, or being lonely, or being mistreated, or judged, or not accepted, rejected, Really face that. Be honest with yourself about that fear so that you can really release it and let it go, so that you can embrace a new experience of the world, a new experience of love. Okay, then we have here focus and travel. Yeah, it's kind of time for you here to start paying attention to yourself, your thoughts, your habits, and creating new ones, creating more positive ones that coincide or are in alignment with what it is that you see for yourself, right? So if you want love, if you want, affection, you want all those good things, abundance and joy and happiness, it's going to start with you first, taking notice of your beliefs or your thoughts, your habits that interfere with that happiness, with that joy, with that love that you see and want for yourself. Okay, then we have Buttercup. Be ready. The best is on its way. Yes. Okay. Then we have Lotus. Stand still for now and listen to your life. Yeah, like I was saying, it's like time for you to kind of take note of what's going on within you and around you so that you can cut out the stuff that isn't working anymore. That is, keeping you in this kind of helpless and hopeless space so that you can get rid of it in order to make space for what it is that you really want for yourself. Okay? But that is your reading, Pile 1. Hopefully you enjoyed it and it helped you in some way. If it did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you and I've enjoyed our time together. So peace out. If you picked Pile 2, let's go ahead and see what message Saint Valentine has for you. Okay? So we have transitions. You have all of the inner resources you need to cross whatever bridges arise on your path. And wishful expectations. Acknowledge the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they are. Yeah, so I feel like here you're being called out of a cycle here, right? With this transitions, with this wishful expectations, you may have been in a cycle of like holding yourself back, of staying like small. That's really what I get here. Staying small. Maybe keeping to yourself, possibly even closing yourself off from people, from new experiences, from all the things that you want. And I feel like here you're kind of sick of that cycle. You're kind of sick of feeling stuck or sick of being in the same place and not moving forward. And so it's like you're being called to move forward to what it is that you want, like, and what it is you see for yourself. Okay? But it's going to take some, change within yourself, some change in the way that you're looking at, I feel like your experiences or even what is to come, right? I feel like there may be some fear here. And it's time for you to embrace, like more positive feelings and thoughts about the future and about love. Yeah, look at that here. So we have detach, sadness and isolation, and heart chakra. Yes, I feel like a lot of you may have like your heart kind of closed off. You may be kind of closed off to love, to anything that isn't sadness and isolation, right? I feel like you may have grown like comfortable with this feeling of sadness, this feeling of being lonely or alone, of not experiencing good things, because you kind of don't believe that anything else is possible. Yeah, I feel like your faith here, you may have lost faith in love, faith in humanity even. Okay, and then we have here abundance. Look at that, and the Empress. The Ace of Wands and the Five of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you may look at the world and be like very disappointed by what you see. Right, with this Empress here, you may be a very giving and loving person. But you may kind of keep it to yourself. You may be afraid of opening up. But I feel like the message here is like everything that you have within yourself and everything that it is that you desire is also present outside of you, right? So all the love that you have and that you desire is out there in the world waiting for you to embrace it, to open up to it. Right? But also for you to give it to others and not be afraid of kind of being left empty-handed or, you know, alone. right? I feel like, you have so much to give. You have so much to offer others. And you may be kind of afraid to kind of give, to open up, to share. And the message from Saint Valentine here is like, to give that abundance, to share that abundance, because it will surely be given back to you. Okay, and then we have taking time for meditation and prayer. Take a moment for meditation and prayer, and know that I know that I am a creation of God, and He loves me. God, through meditation and prayer, I have faith that I will hear you when you talk to me, and you will listen when I talk to you. And notice that special person. Today's lesson: on this day, take notice of someone who you've previously ignored. That person is your teacher, your special angel, and he or she will do or say something that you've been waiting for, just because you're recognizing the beauty of his or her spirit. Your goal: to see that everyone is capable of helping you heal, and vice versa. Yeah, it's like you may be like very much searching for the answers, or searching for even like yourself or the divine, but you may have kind of closed yourself off to the world. And it's like the divine and everything that you're seeking is present within yourself, but also it's within each and everyone else that you meet, that you're connected to, and like you're being called to experience that, and in all of the ways, right? Within yourself, but also within your connection to other people. Okay, then we have here exhausted and ashamed. Yeah, I feel like if you pick this pile, you may have experienced a good deal of like mistreatment in the past, be it from a parent or people that were within your community. It may have kind of pushed you into a corner, right, as you see in this picture, and kind of made you possibly ashamed of yourself, or made you kind of think lowly of yourself, to the point where you got to the point of not wanting to share yourself with anyone, because it was kind of like a fear of being misjudged or mistreated, and not valued for who you are and what you bring to the table, which has kind of gotten you to the point where you kind of do everything for yourself. You may not ask for help. You may kind of close yourself off. You may not share, your authentic self, because you're kind of afraid of experiencing that mistreatment again. And it's like those experiences weren't meant to kind of shove you into a corner or make you think less of yourself, right? But also, they're not the only experience that you can have. You can have better experiences. You can have, love and happiness and joy within your life, in connections to other people. And you don't have to, be by yourself, or be alone, or closed off for fear of being hurt, right? That's kind of making it hard for you to enjoy life and to connect with yourself and the divine in the best way that you can, right? And so it's kind of time for you to open up, to not be afraid to share who you are, to be who you are. Because who you are is important in this world, right? You're here to kind of share your abundance, to be you, and to express and to be who you were meant to be, to share that love, to share that beauty of who you are. So don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to be who you are, to connect with others, right? Because you have a place in this world, and your place is important. Your purpose is important. So really just trust that. Okay. And then we have here ritual and nature. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of time for you to start connecting with the world in a new way, right? You may have been very much to yourself, or like I was saying, possibly closed off. And it's like you're moving, you're moving into a new cycle in your life where, you know, that's kind of getting old, and it's time for you to kind of step out to share yourself with the world, right? But also, don't be afraid to, keep that sacred space within yourself, your connection with the divine, right? It's important to have a sacred space that is just for you, right? You don't have to share everything, right? You don't have to share all of yourself or give all of yourself to the point where it exhausts you, right? That's not what the message here is. But it's about like finding your balance between keeping to yourself but also giving to others, right? Because balance is important. It's necessary. But whenever you tip to one side or the other, that's when you get out of balance and you kind of start making things a little bit harder than they need to be. Okay, but let's see what else here. We have return quietly now and be at peace, and remember who you want it to be. Yeah, I feel like it's time for you to come to terms with your past experiences, come to terms with those, encounters with others that may have left you feeling less than or harmed you in some way and made you kind of clam up and, go within your shell in order to protect yourself, right? But to realize that that's not all of who you are, right? You're here to be all that you're meant to be and to share that with the world, right? So it's like time to kind of connect with that inner space within yourself, that inner light within yourself, and to not be afraid to share it with the world, right? For fear of being mistreated or mishandled in any way, but to kind of be open to new experiences, right? Because who you are, is meant to help someone, right? There may be someone out there who may have gone through similar things as you that you're meant to help along their path. And in helping them, you help yourself. So don't kind of like shy away from the limelight or even just being open and being connected with other people. Okay? But also don't feel like you have to, give all of yourself to the point where it leaves you with nothing, right? Make sure you find your balance and that you enjoy life, man. Okay, to the fullest. But that's all I have for you, pile 2. Hopefully that helped you in some way. If it did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out. If you picked pile 3, let's go ahead and see what the message from Saint Valentine is for you. Okay. So, we have here responding, not reacting. The only control we have is in how we respond to the hand we are dealt. And eternal gatekeeper, acknowledge, assert, and protect what is right for you. Then we have here love, just breathe, and sacral chakra. Yeah, so I feel like if you pick this pile, like you're being asked here or being called to find peace within yourself and to explore and move on the path that you feel is right for you, right? I feel like here in the past you may have struggled with maybe your identity or with just being yourself, being who you feel you're called to be or meant to be here on this earth, right? You may have had, connections with people in the past that may have left you feeling less than, or even just experiences in the past that maybe took away from you or made you feel like you couldn't be yourself, or you couldn't be, or even that you weren't good enough, right? But those experiences are in the past, and like now you are this magical being who's being like asked to step into your power, to be who you're meant to be, to do the things that you want to do, to do the things that you're called to do, and to not be afraid to do them, not be afraid to be yourself, not be afraid to express yourself and to share yourself with the world, right? But I feel like, you may have some fears, some reservations around that. And it's kind of time for you to find your peace, to listen to what is within you, that voice within you, to trust that voice within you, and to do and be who it is you're called to be, right? And then we have life purpose. Look at that. It's time for you to like move in your purpose, to not be afraid to shine, to do the things that you want to do, right? Look at that. We have the Lovers here twice. Yeah. So I feel like here some of you may have even had to kind of like maybe end relationships or cut off people in the past that just weren't good for you, that didn't have your best interest at heart. And that may have left you feeling a bit, hurt, maybe even broken, or questioning whether or not, you were doing the right thing. And it's time for you to trust in your ability to know what's right for you. Right, I feel like it's been a long time coming here with this Death card. You may have gone through a lot in the past that kind of weighed on you, maybe even kind of felt like it was breaking you down. And it's really time for you to know that, you are being supported. You are, you do have love around you. You do have support around you. It's just about, tapping back into it and not being afraid to ask for what you need, and to do what it is you feel called to do. Okay, so we have here releasing fear. Yeah. Today I will ask God to help me let go of my need to be afraid. I welcome peace, trust, acceptance, and safety into my life. I will make a point of listening to my healthy, rational fears and will relinquish all the others. Okay, then we have rely on yourself. Today's lesson, look at the issue of dependency. Do you rely upon others to do what you should be doing for yourself? Healing is a solo endeavor, and while we all need support during this process, ultimately the task of self-empowerment rests with us. Your goal to identify and modify the ways in which you release personal responsibility to others. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, some of you may even be afraid of kind of going at it alone, going down the path that you feel called to go down, doing the things that, you want to do. You may be afraid because it's something new. It's something that, you haven't done before. And it's time for you to really, as it says, rely on yourself, to trust in yourself, to be honest about your fears, to listen to them, but not to allow them to keep you small, to keep you doing what you've been doing, but to, right, as it says, responding, not reacting. To be aware of those fears, to be aware of those challenges, but to not allow them to hold you back. Okay? Then we have here love, platonic, and inspired. Yeah, it's time for you to connect with those things that you love, to allow them to lead you, to allow them to inspire you, to help you move forward without fear, without restraint, without feeling like you need to dim your light in any way. Okay? Then we have here bake. It's time to get in the kitchen, and fitness. Yeah. I feel like it's kind of time for you to really consistently put in the effort for the things that it is that you want, and to stop allowing doubt to lead you, to stop allowing fear to lead you, but to be led by love, to be led by the things that, you know, make your heart skip a beat, or you know what I mean? And to trust that, you know, when you put in the effort, you will see results. And when you trust that you are being led, that you are being guided by the divine, you know, by your ancestors, you know, that you will be led. But it's about, you know, releasing expectations, releasing fears, releasing the outcome, and trusting that inner voice, trusting the divine within. Okay, then we have here, you will find what you need in the wisdom of your heritage. Yeah, man. Listen to the ancestors here. But also, you know, be mindful of the past. And you know, it's not like you should just cut off the past and be like, ugh. It's like taking the lessons from the past experiences and integrating them into what it is that's going on in your present reality, right? Not allowing them to get you off track or decide where it is that you go, right? You can break patterns. You can break negative patterns. You can move forward in a new way. But it's about, you know, taking that knowledge and that wisdom from past experiences, from the people who went before you, and utilizing them for your highest and greatest good. Okay? And then we have, you are worth what it is you desire. Yes, you are worth what it is that you desire. But it's about you kind of stepping up and claiming it for yourself. Okay? And then doing what it is you need to do to get it. Right? It's about co-creating. Coming together with spirit, with the divine, and saying, this is what I want. This is what I would like to have for myself. This is what I feel I deserve. And then allowing and doing your part, doing whatever it is that you need to do to get there. And trusting that along your path, you will be guided and you will receive whatever it is you need to get to wherever it is you're going. Okay? But that's all I have for you, Pile 3. Hopefully this helped you in some way. If it did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out.